Hi folks, I'm Steve Cullen, editor of Total Fly Fisher, and today I'm going to tie a Belgian Cruncher. Let's go ahead and tie it. In the vise here I've got a size 10 hook. It's a Amazon B175. You can also tie it in smaller sizes if you wish. What I'm going to do is run in my bed of tying thread, using the tag end here. I'm using it as a guide to work my thread down the body, a nice touch and turns. Stopping opposite the point. The hook, snip that there. And for a mobile fly, I like to use cock hackles. Your normal tying for a cruncher obviously is hen hackle, Greenwell's hen, but for this one, I'm going to use something a little bit stiffer, give it a little bit more movement. And I'm going to, first of all, get a tail in there. And I'm wanting the tail to be roughly the same length as a hook shank. Let's just see what we're like there. Straighten everything up. And with nice controlled thread wraps, again, what I'm looking for is I'll use that whole feather fibre so that the fly's one thickness. I won't stop about there because that's going to be my tying in point for my thorax. So I'll just tidy up. Don't worry too much about that because we're going to have a thorax area there. And what I'm going to do here is snip some green tinsel. This is thin stuff here. This is going to be my rib material, and I catch it at the top because, like I said before, I want everything consistent, same thickness all the way down. Working my way down, thread wraps to the tail. And what I'm going to do is make sure when I come back up, I've got all the green holographic covered. Body's nice and even. And I'm going to stop 2/3 up the hook shank, like so. From here, I'm probably going to get 4, maybe 5 wraps up the body, secure with a thread wrap, because in here I want to put some UV in the thorax area. So just tidy that up with thread wraps. Where I've got the black thread there at the top end of the hook, I'm going to catch in my UV tinsel. This stuff's medium. And what I want to do here is get some overlapping turns, catch it in my side of the hook shank, if I can. Bring the thread back up, creating a little thorax area, back down. I'm leaving myself a little bit of space there, just in front of just behind the eye, sorry, because that's where my hackle's going to go. Now, in touch and turns, I want to go over the thorax area, building up a nice thorax with this UV so that it's visible behind the hackle. Just securing my tying thread. This is quite forgiving because there's a hackle to go in the front, so you'll not see that. Now, what I like to do here is, I do these in batches, but I'd whip finish here. So let's just do it the proper way. I'd whip finish, and then what I'm going to do, so that I've got a very robust and secure fly, I like to varnish the body. So what I'm going to do here is get a nice robust body, and it means that the tinsel's not going to move as well. I want to keep that tinsel in place. It's very fragile stuff, this thin tinsel. But what I'm doing is varnishing the body to make a secure, very solid little fly. Also gives it a little bit of weight. Not much, but a little bit of weight. Just like your super glue buzzers or whatever. Leave that to dry, and then tie in the hackle. We'll just leave that to dry for 5 minutes. Now that the varnish is dried on the fly, we can go ahead and tie in the hackle. However, what I would say is, if you wish, you can add another couple of coats. It makes it a little bit heavier. So, just in behind the eye of the hook, I'm going to stop where the thorax stops. And I've got a feather already prepared here, cock hackle. I'm using both sides of the cock hackle, and I'm going to catch it in my side of the hook shank, couple of turns of thread, snip the stem there, and I'm just going to sit behind the eye, sit my thread behind the eye, park it there. Take my hackle pliers, and I'm only going to take about 2 or 3 turns of this. Should be enough. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, happy with 3. Look out for a thread wrap. Come in with your scissors. Just snip that there. All I like to do here is wet my fingers and just caress the hackle back, nice and gently, like so. And create the head of the fly. And what we're looking to do is, I'm wanting a little slope to the hackles. Don't want it straight, but just a little bit of a slope to the hackles. That's about right. And then with my whip finishing tool, starting behind the eye, work my way back towards the hackle, and tie off. Finally, just to finish the fly off, tiny bit of varnish on the dubbing needle. Don't worry if it comes over the eye. We can sort that with just the stem of another feather. I'll just snip this off here. What I'll do is I'll just push that through the eye. And I'll clean all the varnish away like that. There you go, Belgian Cruncher.